Balancing of redox reactions. We shall now learn how to balance an ionic equation. Two methods are available, one known as oxidation number method and the other known as half reaction method. So we shall start with oxidation number method in acidic medium. The equation given is Cr2O7 2 minus plus SO3 2 minus gives chromium 3 plus plus SO4 2 minus. So in this method, the first step involved is to find the oxidation number of each of the atom present in the equation. So we get the oxidation number of chromium as plus 6, oxygen we know it is minus 2, sulfur plus 4, again oxygen minus 2. Since chromium ion is given, its oxidation number is also equal to plus 3, and in sulfate ion, the oxidation number of sulfur is plus 6 and that of oxygen is minus 2. So after finding out the oxidation number, we will come to know that there is a change in the oxidation number of chromium and sulfur. So the next step is to make the number of atoms of chromium the same on both sides of the equation. Sulfur is the same. We have one atom of sulfur on the reactant side and one atom of sulfur on the product side. So we have to now make the number of atoms of chromium the same on both sides of the equation. So now we get Cr2O7 2 minus plus SO3 2 minus gives 2 chromium 3 plus plus SO4 2 minus. And after that, when we check the change in the oxidation number of chromium, we will come to know that the oxidation number of chromium decreases by 6, whereas the oxidation number of sulfur increases by 2. Since 6 is divisible by 2, we can write that the oxidation number of chromium decreases by 3 and that of sulfur increases by 1. And after that, interchange these numbers 1 and 3 and then take it along with the equation. So now the equation becomes Cr2O7 2 minus plus 3SO3 2 minus gives 2 chromium 3 plus plus 3SO4 2 minus. Now after that, what is the total charge? We have to find out the total charge on the reactant side. 2 minus plus 3 into 2 minus, that gives you 8 minus on the reactant side. Now consider the product side. What is the total charge on the product side? 2 into 3, 6 plus, and 3 into minus 2, minus 6. So plus 6 and minus 6 gives you 0 on the product side. So we have a minus 8 on the reactant side and 0 on the product side. Now how can we make the charges the same on both sides of the equation? Now since it is acidic medium, we need to add the required number of H plus ions. Since it is 8 minus on the reactant side, we can add 8 H plus on the reactant side so that the total charge will be 0. 8 plus and 8 minus gives you 0. Thus, it will be 0. The total charge will be 0 on both sides of the equation. So now when we add 8H plus, the equation becomes Cr2O7 2 minus plus 3SO3 2 minus plus 8H plus gives 2 chromium 3 plus plus 3SO4 2 minus. So when we write 8H plus on the reactant side, we don't have hydrogen atoms on the product side. So to make the number of hydrogen atoms the same on both sides of the equation, we need to add the required number of water molecules. Since it is 8H plus, we need to add 4 molecules of water on the product side. So that we can get 4 into 2, 8 hydrogen atom on the product side. So now the final equation will be, the balanced equation will be Cr2O7 2 minus plus 3SO3 2 minus plus 8H plus gives 2 chromium 3 plus plus 3SO4 2 minus plus 4 H2O. Now check the charges on both sides of the equation. 3 into 2 minus 6 minus 2 minus 8 minus and 8 plus. So it is 0 on the reactant side. It is 0 on the product side. So the charges are balanced. Now count the number of atoms on both sides of the equation. The number of atoms will also be the same now on both sides of the equation. So it is now balanced. Let us now learn how to balance an ionic equation, the reaction taking place in basic medium. Same method is used. It is oxidation number method. The equation given is MnO4 minus plus Br minus gives MnO2 plus BrO3 minus. First step is to find the oxidation number of each of the atom present on the reactant side and the product side. Now after calculating the oxidation number, we will come to know that the oxidation number of manganese decreases from +7 to +4. So there is a decrease in oxidation number and it decreases by 3. Now in the case of bromine, the oxidation number changes from -1 to +5, or we can say that in the case of bromine, there is an increase in oxidation number and it increases by 6. 6 can be divided by 3, so we get the numbers as 1 and 2. And after that, interchange and then take it along with the equation. So now our equation becomes 2MnO4 minus plus Br minus gives 2MnO2 plus BrO3 minus. Next, we have to make the charges the same on both sides of the equation. Now what is the charge? Total charge on the reactant side? 2 minus plus 1 minus, which is -3. Now what is the total charge on the product side? It is -1. So here the reaction, since it is taking place in basic medium, to make the charges the same on both sides of the equation, we need to add the required number of OH minus ions. So how many OH minus ions should be added? And it should be added to which side of the equation? 2 OH minus ions should be added and it should be added on to the product side. So now our equation becomes 2MnO4 minus plus Br minus gives 2MnO2 plus BrO3 minus plus 2 OH minus. Now when we show 2 OH minus ions on the product side, the reactant side will be now deficient of hydrogen. So we need to add the required number of water molecules on the hydrogen deficient side. So our equation becomes 2MnO4 minus plus Br minus plus H2O gives 2MnO2 plus BrO3 minus plus 2 OH minus. This is the balanced equation.